Are you a talented footballer with the potential to go all of the way, but you've never been spotted or had a trial? Well, all you need to do is check out a brand new innovative business that I've started with my partners called Scouts Eyes. It gives you a chance to get spotted by our network of scouts to try and get you a trial at a professional club. Scouts Eyes places you in front of a professional scout who will assess your talent. You simply need to visit our website right now and upload your clips as directed. Our scouts will then view them and give you a full assessment. If you meet a certain criteria, your details will be sent to scouts at professional football clubs for them to come and see you play. It's as simple as that. So visit scoutseyes.com right now and send in your clips, and a scout could be coming to watch you play at your next game.
Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Now, one day to go. Tomorrow, Sunday, the Arsenal team fly out to Los Angeles and Philadelphia to play these friendlies. They're going to be taking on, of course, Bournemouth. They're going to be taking on Manchester United and Liverpool, excuse me, in these friendlies. It gets started now. It gets going. And still, as I said yesterday, no new signings in place. Nobody's going to be on that plane who's new, which is going to be a bit disappointing for the fans over there in America. And a bit disappointing for just fans worldwide because, you know, we want to see new signings coming in. Still no new signings. And Calafiori, I mean, this show's turned now into Calafiori Daily. I've seen your comments, right? It's getting a bit ridiculous now. Still no major news on it. A little bit of an update yesterday. The Bologna chief coming out and stating, basically, there's no update. It still said that Arsenal will get this over the line. There's still issues between Bologna and FC Basel that they've not been able to sort out yet. It's very disappointing that he is not on that plane going over to the States. Maybe he joins a little bit later, but still no news on Riccardo Calafiori, which we all hoped would be the first signing, and still no sign of any signings coming in. And this is really unusual for Arsenal. And what does this do for the preparations? Is this real good preparations going into a tour of America where, you know, half of the players on that plane have got an uncertain future? Honestly, let's see how it pans out. We've been linked with another centre-back today, and his name is Ilya Zabani. He plays for Bournemouth, one of the teams that we're going to be playing over in LA as the first game. Centre-back for Bournemouth. They only just bought him in January 2023 from Dynamo Kiev, paid around about £20 million for him. But according to Court Offside, they're saying that Arsenal are monitoring him very closely, that they even sent scouts to watch him closely at the Euros when he was playing for Ukraine. Now, he had a very good season for Bournemouth last year and, you know, really started to attract a lot of interest from various different clubs. As I said, Bournemouth only just signed him in January 2023. He's still only 21, but a very, very good centre-back. Now, Bournemouth are said to be only willing to sell him if they received around 40 to 45 million pounds for him. And you can understand why. If they only, you know, just over a year ago, they paid 20 million for him, they're not going to want to let him go for peanuts. As I said, still young, but do we need another centre-back? I mean, he's valued at around about 30 million, so Bournemouth would want to see a huge profit before they sell him, but do we need another centre-back, especially if we're getting Calafiori? We seem to be loaded with centre-backs. What we need is a winger, a right winger in particular, and there is one going, and that's Johan Bakayoko. He's been linked with Arsenal a lot since the summer transfer window opened. And in an interview, he said just a couple of days ago that I want to go to a club that can go as far as possible in the Champions League. That rules out a lot of clubs. He wants to move to the Champions League. He's said to be very, very keen on a move to the Premier League and in particular to Arsenal. A very good player, quick, tricky, very similar to the similar vein to a Nico Williams. Valued a lot, 37 million pounds to 40 million pounds is what PSV are going to want from him. He's still young, only 21. I remember when he played against Arsenal, he looked very, very lively. He's electric, with pace as well. We didn't really get as much of a chance to see him in the Euros for Belgium because they used him very sparingly. But he is a very good player. Could Arsenal make a move for him? We know that the first choice, of course, is Nico Williams. The very reliable X account, Teams News and Ticks, they were claiming yesterday that if Barcelona don't sell him, don't buy him, should I say, from Atletico Bilbao, Arsenal will make a move for him, will get him. They also claim that Arsenal tried to sign Nico Williams before the Euros even started, and that was, now that we can see that was something that was a wise move, or if they did attempt to do that, but they tried to sign him before the Euros. I'm a bit unsure about this one because he had a release clause. So did they trigger the release clause, or were these just inquiries made showing an interest to try and sign him? Didn't get that done. Now Williams is hot property after the Euros, and favourites to sign him are Barcelona, as we know, but not a foregone conclusion with their serious financial issues, although they do have a couple of players that they can sell to try and make this deal happen. So we're going to have to watch this space on that. But one of those two, come on, Arsenal, let's get a winger in. That's what I feel Arsenal desperately need. If not a striker, striker's difficult at the moment because there's not many great strikers out there, but at least a winger. Bakayoko would be a good, Bakayoko, Williams or Neto. One of those I'd be happy with. Emil Smith-Rowe, as we know, has been heavily linked with a move away. He still looks like he's going to be going on the tour to the USA and will be on that plane. That's what I've said. Players going with an uncertain future. Although we're hearing that Crystal Palace are already in a bid of £35 million to try and get the local kid. He's from Croydon, Emil Smith-Rowe, so from the same area as Crystal Palace. Fulham, as we know, are also set to return with another bid. They bid 30 million, which was turned down by Arsenal. But we're hearing that Arsenal want 40 million to sell Emil Smith-Rowe. And there's even been rumours that Mikel Arteta wants to keep him, doesn't really want to sell him. So Arsenal driving a hard bargain on Smith-Rowe. They want a lot of money for him. They're not just going to let him go on the cheap. And they are looking for £40 million or no sale is what the rumours are saying. But Palace getting ready to come in with a bid. And what about Chido Oba Martin? This one is rambling on and on and on. The youngster who scored 32 goals last season was absolutely on fire in the Arsenal youth team, still only 16. Arsenal have been having a problem now trying to sign him onto a new scholarship and then to show him a pathway into the first team. And other clubs have been talking to him, including Manchester United. The story broke yesterday from David Ornstein that he got shown around the Carrington training ground at Manchester United last week, and they are the favourites now to sign him. It seemed a couple of weeks ago, or about a week or so ago, that Martin was going to stay at Arsenal, Obi Martin, but now it seems like Manchester United are ahead of the game. There's a lot of other clubs looking at him as well. It's who's going to present him with one of two things: the clearest pathway to the first team, or the most money. Is what it seems to be boiling down to with these this youngster. This is this problem that you have when you've got young starlets in your team. If they don't see a pathway to getting first team football, they are tempted elsewhere. And it looks like Manchester United have really stolen a march on this one, and this could be problems for Arsenal in keeping Obi Martin. We'll have to watch this space. Do we need to be trying our hardest to hold on to him when we can see the problems we're having right now in trying to sign a striker? So being linked with a move away. So those are the rumours for today. Of course, as I said, Arsenal, the team, flying out tomorrow to the States for their pre-season tour. Also, don't forget, AFTV, we are going to be flying out. We're out there on Monday onwards. Looking forward to getting out there to LA, meeting all the fans, and also watching Arsenal, seeing what we're going to be made of for the upcoming season. But it would be nice to add a few signings to it. Let's see. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.